Welcome back, everyone, to the 816 to 660 podcast. Today, we'll be covering the Chiefs, their loss against the Colts. As you can tell, I'm a little bit upset. That's why I have glasses on. That's why I'm wearing black. Well, I have all their highlights and more when we come back. All right, so we all know the Chiefs lost. They took an L. It was about, I just couldn't get it going on offense. Wasn't rolling very well. Even when we had opportunities, stuff was getting dropped. We had opportunities even in the run game. Gaps weren't getting hit by running backs. I'm not going to put any blame on anybody because it was just the well-oiled machine that you see. Now on the opposite side of the ball with the defense, they were working great with how well Nick Bolton was playing, L'Jarius Sneed. Um, those kind of things. When the defense plays that good, you can't lose those football games. There was a couple sacks. No interceptions. I don't think. Let me check for you guys though. No interceptions, but there was a couple sacks. We held Matt Ryan to 220 yards passing. Sorry, 222. Um, Jonathan Taylor didn't get a lot going on the ground. He had 71 rushing yards on 21 carries, so that's less than 4 yards a carry. So it was really impressive. It was back and forth kind of the whole game. Touchdown in the first quarter. Matt Amendola missed. More updates on Matt Amendola later, but just not a good first quarter. 6-7 at the end of the first. We did put a scoring drive together with Patrick Mahomes. They were able to get another score in, and then convert a 2-point conversion to Travis Kelce, where it was actually reviewed, and it just, I thought it wasn't in. I'm like, dang, it's going to be 12-7. That's not looking good against a team that started off 0-2, who actually, I believe, got shut out the week before 24-0 to the Jacksonville Jaguars. So there was a lot of questions coming in this week how the Colts were going to play. And I think I called it the week before, guys. We play down to the level. And I know next week we have a tough opponent in the Tampa Bay Bucs, so hopefully we go up. But just, yeah, glasses off. It's just despicable to me. But, it bounces back. You roll with the team when they struggle. You roll with them when they're good. I mean, that's definition of a true fan. But anyways, we went on. We only scored 3 points a second half. So for a high-powered offense, it's something to look at as a struggle. Mistakes made at the end of the game. Patty didn't play his best game. It is what it is. Could be worse. Also, the Chris Jones penalty at the end of the game. Not good, not smart. There's things we could have done better. The biggest thing I want to get into, though, over today's video is our kicking. Because other than that, defense was stellar. Offense, not well oiled. There's not much to talk about. We took a loss 20-17. Not a lot of production, but it is what it is. Week 3. Matt Amendola, he was released. Also, the kicker for the Colts was a guy we had tried out. I believe his name was McLaughlin. Chase McLaughlin. Yeah, we had tried him out. We picked Matt Amendola over him, and McLaughlin was perfect on his extra points and his 2 field goals. So if that wasn't kind of biting the cheeks to the Kansas City Chiefs, it is what it is. Mistakes are made. Um, just a sad performance overall. You saw what Patrick Mahomes had to say after the game. Sometimes he puts that on him, and that's what a good leader does. Stuff wasn't converted when things need to be converted. Pat came on Twitter, said that's on me, and then you saw Travis, another leader of the team, come on the field, say I should have had that go-ahead touchdown pass. It could have put the game away, which I believe it could. And then we're driving and go for a game-tying field goal, interception thrown, game over. Was I upset? Did I slam a door maybe? Yeah, possibly I did. But you know what? I know that the Chiefs can bounce back. They're going to play a higher level team in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this Sunday, which another thing I want to bring up. Let's take a moment because Tampa Bay is having some issues with Hurricane Ian. So prayers out to Florida, honestly. Got family members there in Florida. It's huge for Tampa Bay. They need support and love right now. Hopefully all the NFL is thinking about them. Also, with that being said, There's 2 sites where the game is possibly going to be held other than Tampa Bay. One of them being in Minnesota at US Bank Stadium where the Vikings are playing, or in New Orleans in the Caesars Superdome where the New Orleans Saints play. The reason for that is because those 2 teams are playing in London on Sunday, so that gives the opportunity in a state of emergency that the game will be held at a neutral site, either in Minnesota or New Orleans. So that's something to look into. They won't bring it to Kansas City, which I understand. It's supposed to be an away game, so they're going to try to make it as neutral as possible, which if you see it in Minnesota, I believe you'll see a lot of Chiefs fans. It's a 6-hour drive from Kansas City, so not much about that, but just really disappointing. That's why I'm in black, mourning the loss. Joe Ramos is very upset. Very upset. But some other things to look into from this past week. Willie Gay didn't play because of his suspension, but I believe a guy in Darius Harris stepped up, played very well. Nick Bolton played very well. L'Jarius Sneed. Chris Jones had a couple good plays, but honestly, just not a lot of energy from this football team this past week. But as I was talking to people earlier, our not our co-host, but our producer, Kellen, we talked about it. We're kind of upset, but we worked through it. You're with your team or not the whole season. Yeah, I know you hear me repeating myself just because it was kind of despicable. It was really sloppy football from the offensive side. When your defense plays that good, like we say, defense wins championships, right? So just not a lot to come by. It's probably a little bit shorter today, but that's all right. We're gonna roll into the coming weeks. Got a tough opponent in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tough opponent in the Oakland Raiders. They're 0-3 to start the season, so they're gonna come out firing. Then I believe we have the Buffalo Bills too. So we got a big stretch in front of us. We're going to keep firing, keep rolling, get momentum. The Chiefs are one big play away from finding that. Patty, he'll figure it out. One bad game. Let it go. All out the window. Bad. Gone. Bad juju gone. Speaking of juju, he's going to pop off soon. Trav's going to get it back together. Running backs are going to get rolling. One thing I want to talk about the running backs. I kind of want to see Ronald Jones up soon. With some guys with some miscues. Clyde missing some pockets, but also maybe not the best blocks for him to get through. But I would love to see a downfield back and Ronald Jones get some snaps soon. But other than that, that's really all I got for this week's past matchup. Our coming matchup in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Again, thoughts and prayers out to Florida. Hopefully everything's okay. Hopefully the prep for the Hurricanes all going good. But anyways, this has been the 816 to the 660 podcast. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Remember, we'll see you next week. Deuces.